me to introduce my CEO and MD, Dr. Pius Muchiri. He knows why I call him that. But this is also a story of social capital. For those who had an opportunity to watch my CTA, I'll summarize it in 2 minutes. I literally bumped into Pius. You know how we all went down for lunch and you're coming up, but now we were going for lunch and these people were leaving a conference and I bumped into him and the late Dr. Kirubi and the ambassador of Dubai. The ambassador of Dubai knew me and through social capital quickly introduced me. I was already eyeing them, I will not lie. I was in business development. But the ambassador introduced me with a lot of pride and said, this girl helps us, so please. And fast forward, we spent a few days in Dubai and build a relationship, both personal, professional, and also spiritual. And when, as life evolved, I think fast forward, we've known each other for 10 plus years now. Yeah, when the opportunity at Nabo came, social capital spoke for me. It was social capital that spoke for me. So, allow me to introduce my social capitalist, CEO and friend, Pius. Karibu.
Mercy is, she knows I have a soft spot for her. She's my sister. She's my colleague. We have very many intersections. We like joking that if you invite Mercy and I for lunch or dinner in your house, we need to give you a warning that between the two of us, we have 9 children. So, if you are called somewhere for a bash together, the moment the Mwangelas and the Muchiris arrive, the bash begins. We're enough quorum. Plus our spouses, our house helps, and I mean house helps. I think between us, we probably have 5 house helps. So we are a good industry together. I was given a very innocent topic to talk about, but it has really messed me up. Because I think this is the one topic I have written, rewritten, and rewritten, and I'm still rewriting. Thriving in all seasons. And the reason why I've struggled with this particular topic is because when I started writing my thoughts, I had an idea where I was going. But that's not where I was landing. God just keeps navigating me. And I think I have a clue why. When you hear what I have to say today, or what God has to say through me today, you realize that all these messages are the same. Right? But before I get there, I am a very keen observer of small things that mean a lot. And God speaks to us in very many ways. If we listen carefully, you will know what God is speaking to you. We may be, I don't know how many people are here, but we are many. But I can tell you one thing for sure. God has tailored a message for each one of us. Are we together? Each one of us has a unique message. So I hope you get yours. So when I arrived, I was given this card. Everybody has a card like this? So can I read for you mine? It says, to create a big wealth. I like that bold. Big wealth, not just wealth. Start by seeing a big opportunity. Start by? The key word is what? Seeing. right? Opportunities lead to ideas, and ideas drive innovation. For me, the big message is seeing. Yeah? If you don't see, it won't happen. Wow. If you had all the money that you needed, what would you be doing with yourself today? Ask your neighbor. If you had all the money you needed today, what would you be doing with yourself today? Okay. Can I have your attention now? This is a question that my wife posed to me one day. I'm still marveling over it. But all of us, we need to ask ourselves this question. If you had all the money if you had all the money you needed, what would you be doing with yourself today? Would you still wake up and go to do the same job that you do? Would you still chase the same goals that you're chasing? Would you still be part of TKC, PDI? Would you still? Are you sure? You know, when people get money, they become something else, eh? In fact, I was with a pastor yesterday, and he told me he stopped his congregants from promising him what they will do when they become wealthy. And you know what he told me? He said, you do not know the version that you'll become when you have, so please don't make a vow. Experience teaches us many things. Or would you start living the life, that your heart has always known it is possible? Would you start living your dream life? This question will keep coming back to it. Just keep it somewhere at the back of your mind. Now, Warren Buffett, all of us know Warren Buffett? One of the most seasoned investors. He's thrived in all seasons. I think Warren Buffett is now 94 years, right? He's thrived in all seasons. Yeah? He's one of the wealthiest and wisest financial minds of our time. He has already answered this question for himself. And I want to read an extract of the letter he wrote to his shareholders on November 25th, 2024. This is what he said. The gifts means giving. Eh? The gifts I am making today reduce my holdings of Berkshire Hathaway Class A shares to 2,663 shares, a 56.6% decrease since my pledge. For decades, we had thought. Let me talk about his wife first. In 2004, before Susie, my first wife, died, the two of us owned 508,000 Class A shares. For decades, we had both thought that she would outlive me and subsequently distribute the vast majority of our large fortune. That was not to be. When Susie died, her estate was roughly $3 billion, with about 96% of this sum going to our foundation. Additionally, she left $10 million to each of our 3 children. The first large gift we had ever given to any of them. These bequests reflect our belief that hugely wealthy parents should leave their children enough so that they can do anything, but not enough that they can do nothing. Susie and I had long encouraged our children in small philanthropic activities and had been pleased with their enthusiasm, diligence, and result. Upon my death, they will have full responsibility for gradually distributing all my Berkshire holdings. These now account to 99.5% of my wealth. So, Warren Buffett, for most of his life, he has had all the money that he needs, isn't it? What is he doing with it? Yeah? Distributing. So, I still ask the question, if you had all the money that you needed, what would you be doing with yourself today? So for Warren Buffett, wealth is not a trophy. You want to become billionaire in dollars? Yeah? You want to become billionaire in dollars? Wealth is not a... And you see, this is the silent point. If you see the $1 billion as a trophy, you will miss it. It won't come. You understand? Wealth is not a trophy. Wealth is a trust. Wealth is not a monument to be admired. Wealth is a mission to be fulfilled. So, Buffett's greatest legacy will not be in his billions. It will be in the lives changed because he decided not to hoard, but to heal through his giving. So I ask again, if you had all the money that you needed, what would you be doing with yourself? You see why the pastor was saying he doesn't want people to make vows? Yeah? I can promise you, even without us knowing, majority of us, it's a trophy. You know, it's good to be honest. And this message is not to you guys. This message is to myself. So, this is a journey I'm also walking. And I decided I needed to answer this question. How much wealth is enough? How much wealth is enough? And I realized all along, I only wanted to fulfill my needs, isn't it? But that's where the problem is. So, let me not get too much ahead of myself. The question is then, what is stopping you from living the life that you should be living when you have all the money that you need? What is stopping you? Ask your neighbor. And tell them to be honest. Okay. Let's focus here again. This is a journey we are taking together. What is stopping you from living that life? Is it lack of millions? Is it lack of millions? Huh? Yes? Now here you see we are going some left, others right. Is it lack of millions? Or is it lack of mission? Is it lack of mission? If God has already called you to be a philanthropist, yeah? Why are you waiting for some day that may never come? You see why this message is very tough on me? Why are you waiting for some day that may never come? You are not waiting for money. Let me tell you the truth. You are waiting for a mindset. You are waiting for a mission big enough to awaken the philanthropist inside you. Are we together? So, if God has called you to be a steward, don't wait until you're a millionaire to start stewarding well. Don't wait until you're a millionaire or billionaire. So, we are still answering the question, how can I thrive in all seasons? How can I thrive in all seasons? And you can see why God was really messing me up, Because I thought we would be talking about just money. But he's messing up with my mindset. Number one, you must have bold faith. You must have bold faith. You see this card you gave me? This card was a confirmation, Before wealth shows up in your account, it must show up in your imagination, in your language, in your faith. Before wealth shows up in your account, it must first show up in your imagination. Yeah? In your language, how you talk. Isn't it, And in your faith. So, Warren Buffett, from a very young age, he said this: I always knew I was going to be very rich. I don't think I ever doubted it for a minute. Yeah? Now, ask your neighbor, if you're not rich, why are you not rich? Yeah? Where? Why are we not dollar billionaires today? Why? Warren Buffett spoke wealth over his life before he ever touched it. Proverbs 23 verse 7 says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Yeah? So now, ask your neighbor again, why are you not rich? Uh-huh. Huh? Where? Tell your neighbor where? Where? We are together in this, by the way. I'm not just standing here. We are together in this. Listen to this. Wealth is built in the secret conversations you have with yourself. Yeah? Wealth is built in the secret conversations you have with yourself. Now, poverty is reinforced in small, fearful, apologetic dreams. Hey, slowly. Just say, where? Yeah. Even me, I'm there. Yeah? Poverty is reinforced in small, fearful, apologetic dreams. Now, here is where things are getting hotter. If this is how you speak to yourself, listen. If you speak to yourself like this, when I get money, I will. You have a Babylonian spirit in you. I sit down. Let me use Captain Mary's words. If you speak to yourself like this, when I get money, I will. You have a mammon spirit ruling over your finances. Remember, the Bible says you cannot serve two masters, isn't it? Yeah? You either choose God or you choose the mammon. So why would Jesus elevate the mammon to that level? God is a spirit, isn't it? And so is the mammon. Do you see? People thought that Jesus was coming to be a great warrior king, isn't it? But Jesus was fighting a very different battle. He was coming to establish a kingdom mindset that was going to counter against a Babylonian or a mammon spirit. A way of thinking. The mammon spirit is a culture, is a way of thinking. What were we taught in economics? All of you went to school. The concept of scarcity, isn't it? So now, do you see where this thing is rooted? Wow. Where? if you say, I will start giving when I have more than enough, you have a mammon spirit ruling over your finances. But what does the kingdom mindset, what was Jesus trying to establish here? The kingdom mindset, what does it say? Yeah? It says, dream before you see it. It says, give before you feel safe. It says, live before you feel ready. And most important, it says, God is my source. Money is just a resource. God is my source. Money is just a resource. Now, if God is your source, then why are you not living the life that you should be living when you have a lot of? You see how this thing keeps coming back? Psalm 23 verse 1, all of us love it. It says, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. But you guys are all wanting. So what is the problem? There must be a problem. The problem is we are born, we are schooled, we are educated, we are even corporatized with a Babylonian mindset. And that's why we, as the sons of God, the world is looking, eagerly awaiting for the sons of God to manifest. They are still not manifesting because we are not operating according to the kingdom mindset. When Jesus was tempted by the devil after 40 days of fasting, he said, man shall not live on bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Right? I tell you, look at anywhere we mess up is because we have not heeded the word of God that is proceeding from his mouth. Just a couple of days ago, Kenyans and Nigerians have lost, I understand, 91 billion shillings to CBEX through CBEX platform. Isn't it, eh? A Babylonian mindset. The kingdom mindset always starts from one place and one place only. The word of God. So, this is my challenge to you. Audit your inner dialogue this week. What have you been speaking to yourself? Secondly, begin speaking over your future before you see it. Start renewing your mind, your imagination. If we all want ourselves to be multi-billionaires in dollars, we need to be seeing the dollars. First of all, in our minds. What is God saying about you? That God is saying about you, you need to be seeing it. And if you can't see it, that's where the problem is. Let me close this part one this way. Until you're wealthy in your mind, you will always be poor in your life. No matter how much money you collect. I repeat that. until you're wealthy in your mind, you will always be poor in your life, no matter how much money you collect in your bank account. So, wealth is not money. I'm messing people up today. Wealth is not money. And poverty is not the absence of money. Wealth is a mindset. And poverty is a mindset. So you can be a billionaire in properties and whatever, but you are as poor as the one who has nothing. Because you become captive. You become captive to your wealth. Point number 2. We are finished with bold faith. Bold faith. Point number 2. I'm going slowly because even me, I'm receiving. Number 2, bold action. Faith is powerful, but without bold action, faith remains a beautiful dream trapped inside an inactive life. Yeah? Faith is powerful, but without bold action, faith remains a beautiful dream trapped in an inactive life. Faith must move your feet, or it will never move your future. Faith without works is what? Is dead. Belief must be accompanied by bold, consistent action over time. It is one thing to say, I believe. There is only one way to know whether people believe. Is what they do with that belief. I don't know, but I remember when in the early days, if you got born again, we used to say you are a believer. Nowadays, I don't hear people saying that much. A believer means you walk the talk. You walk the talk. Warren Buffett, who is our case study today, he started investing, or he bought his first stock when he was 11 years old. 11. And today is 94. Yeah. Coach Irene has brought many people to light, but some people started at 11. Yeah. Warren Buffett ran his first business at 6 years old, selling gum door to door. Yeah. Has Warren Buffett been tested? Has he been through difficult seasons? Because this is is all about thriving in all seasons. Has he been tested? Yes, he's been tested. Yeah? How did Warren Buffett survive and thrive through all economic seasons, including recessions? In 1973 to 1974, yeah, he bought heavily during a market crash. When others were panicking, he was? Is that bold action? You need to talk to yourself to do that. You really need to talk to yourself, and you really need to hear God. When everything is crashing, you are the one who is buying. During the 2008 financial crisis, Warren Buffett invested billions into companies like Goldman Sachs, General Electric, whom you could call GE, while everybody else froze. In his recent letter, this is what he was quoted saying this: opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble. Yeah? So, when others are seeing crisis, he was seeing opportunities. Yeah? So, to him, it was raining gold. And therefore, he put out buckets. He understood that bold action during fear leads to wealth during recovery. Bold action during fear leads to wealth during recovery. What goes up must come, and what goes down must go up. I don't know how many times we have to learn this lesson, including myself. Those who act only when it is comfortable never build anything lasting. So Warren Buffett did not wait to have more before he started. He started. And that is why he ended up with more. So starting is the condition to having more. More is not the condition to starting. So, what is the one bold action you will take this week towards your destiny? It is either now we move to kingdom mindset or we remain in Babylonian. Babylonian. That one, even Coach Irene cannot help us. Dreams don't die because they are impossible. They die because they stay unacted upon. Coach Irene took bold action for there to be something called PDI or TKC, right? We would not be here if one woman did not dare to imagine, to talk to herself when there was no one really coming, yeah? And to act by faith. We would not be here. We are a creation of Coach Irene. Let's give her a clap. Point number 3. The last one. Bold generosity. Bold generosity. Your needs are too small to become your life mission. Ouch, ouch. If your dreams end with your comfort, your dreams are far too small. If all you want is a Range Rover, I'm sorry. If all you wanted is to live in Runda, own a house in Runda or Karen, if all you wanted is to dress nicely, your dreams are too small. The ultimate purpose of wealth is not personal security. It is kingdom impact. Wealth is most powerful when it moves beyond you to bless generations. Acts 20 verse 35 says, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Yeah. How has Warren Buffett demonstrated radical giving? Yeah? 99.5% of his wealth is pledged to charitable causes. Now, this is wealth now. Tell your neighbor now, this is being wealthy. You know what it means? The 0.5% is already too much to even handle his personal life. That 99.5, it needs to live. Please get out. Get out. Go. Yeah? Go. Change lives. 0.5 is enough. More than enough. Now, that's when I'll know I will be wealthy. When I give away 99.5%, and the 0.5, even my children cannot finish. Now I'll be wealthy. No, that's good, right? That's wealthy. Your needs are too small to become your life mission. If you are in PDI or TKC because of your needs, please adjust. We need a mind shift today. We need a mind shift. It is not about buying plots and land and, it's not about all those things. Yeah? It is about moving wealth beyond yourself to impact generations. So, 99.5% of his wealth is pledged to charitable causes. Yeah. He said again in his letter, these bequests reflected our belief that hugely wealthy parents, who want to be hugely wealthy parents? Yeah? Me, I want to be one. Yeah? It's safe, eh? It's safe. Hugely wealthy parents should leave their children with enough so that they can do anything, but not enough not to do, not enough to do nothing. Then he says, the next statement is what captured me. Their claim checks are being widely distributed to others less lucky. So they receive the smallest part of this, of his wealth. The claim checks are being widely distributed to other less lucky in the society. So the only thing Warren Buffett wants to know is that his children can distribute wealth. That's the only qualification. If they can distribute wealth, then he is happy to allow them to continue. Otherwise, he has already, in fact, he said, he has already appointed a successor of trustees after his children die to continue distributing, because the wealth that he has created, even his children, in their lifetime, they will not be able to finish distributing. Me, I want a distribution problem. I want a distribution problem. I don't want an accumulation problem. I want a distribution problem. The Babylonians, they have an accumulation problem. The kingdom mindset people have a distribution problem. Warren Buffett believes wealth must equip, empower, and serve others, not entitle heirs and glorify the giver. His philosophy amazes me. 3 things about Warren Buffett's philosophy on money. Simplicity over extravagance. Simplicity over extravagance. Despite immense wealth, Buffett lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958. Hey. Na nyinyi ndio mnasema watu wa kingdom. Sisi tunahama. Let me tell you, Maina. Drop $1 billion shilling in everybody's account here. And then you call this meeting tomorrow, we see. We shall see. The number of apologies that Coach Irene will get. From Dubai, by the way. Will not even be in the land. The other thing strikes me about his philosophy is stewardship of a dynasty. He refused to create dynasties. He creates opportunities for others. It is in his letter. Go and read it. He is very deliberate. He is not intending to create a dynasty. And the third philosophy is generational empowerment. He trusts his children with philanthropic responsibility, not personal luxury. The qualification for you to prove that you are worth distributing is that you must be committed to the cause of philanthropy, not personal luxury. This is what he said in his letter. Tomorrow's decisions are likely to be better made by 3 live and well-directed brains than by a dead hand. So he is doing it now. He is in tomorrow. He is already imagining tomorrow. He is already creating tomorrow. Warren Buffett is not just giving money. He's giving leadership, trust, and impact to the next generation. Buffett's life teaches us that the true measure of wealth is not in what you hoard. It is in what you release. It is in what you release. So, sisi tuna, hey, as guys, we're like, me, I'll be giving 10%, 5%. Yeah? Warren is saying, me, I'm giving 99.5%. Me, I want a distribution problem. And by the way, I'm making a prayer in front of all of you. If you don't realize, God, I want a distribution problem. Wealth that stays with you, dies with you. Wealth that flows through you, outlives you. Outlives you. So, when when your vision for wealth is bigger than your personal needs, you step into a life that multiplies blessings across generations. Your life was never meant to be a dam that stores. Your life was meant to be a river that pours, that distributes, that blesses. So here is my challenge to all of you. How many of you are philanthropists here? I am. It is a faith statement. Don't wait until you have millions. Start sowing seeds of kindness, mentorship, and generosity today. 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 So, today we have learned 3 things from the life of Warren Buffett and from the timeless kingdom principles. Number 1, bold faith. Wealth is first built in your mind and heart before it even appears in your bank account. What you are seeing in your bank account, imagine that is what you created. I stop. You want to thrive in all seasons? Thrive. We blame her. She's the one who invited me. Number 2 was what? Bold action. Dreams are born in faith, but fulfilled by courageous, consistent steps. Isaiah 1:19. What does it say? Can someone read that to me? It just came. What does it say? Isaiah 1:19. Okay. Sorry, who is reading? You're reading here. We need to hear you.
If you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land.
If you're willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. Faith is not courage. Faith is hearing God and acting on his instructions. Yeah? So, the action, you're not actioning out of speaking mantras to yourself. We need to be very clear so that we don't mislead people, isn't it? When God told Abraham, go, Abraham, isn't it? So he had faith to go, isn't it? But he still acted. Your source of faith is very important. Otherwise, you will come back and say, this thing doesn't work. So, if you're willing and obedient, you will eat the what? The good of the land. So, bold action. Number 3, bold generosity. Bold generosity. True wealth is not measured by what you gather, but by what you give and when you empower. So, you do not need to wait for some day to live like a steward or to live like a billionaire. I think that is going to be the most difficult. Not just for you, for me too, but I'm talking to myself. You do not need to wait for some day to live like a steward. And that steward is that multi-billionaire. Yeah? You do not need more money to think like a philanthropist. You do not need the perfect conditions to begin your bold journey. Yeah? So start now. Start with faith. Start with action. Start with generosity. Thank you very much.